Welcome to Nha Trang. Hi, I'm Stu. I'm a backpacker from England travelling around Southeast Asia as much as I can. Now, I arrived in Nha Trang about an hour and a half ago and I came from the cool mountain air of Dalat. I got here with a 3-hour bus ride and that cost me 200,000 dong, which I booked through the hostel I was staying in. If I'd gone straight to the bus station, it would have cost me 170,000 dong, but then I would have had to pay for taxis. I was lucky enough that we had a bus. Part of the deal picks up from the hostel and took to the bus station. The bus itself was a sleeper bus, and as you can see here, it's very tight. But it got us here in time through windy roads and a driver that should be working for the Grand Prix. So this city, Nha Trang. As I said, I only got here about an hour and a half ago. I've been for St. Week already. I've checked into my hostel and driving from the bus station, which is about 20 kilometers away, I let a taxi in. It has got a very European feel. Obviously it's an old French colonial city, but driving through, going towards the beach area, which is where I am now, it feels a bit cooler than the rest of the eastern side I've been. But once I get to the other side, I'll show you the front, if I can cross these roads without getting knocked over. The guy I travelled with, Ollie from London, even remarked it reminded him of a Spanish coastal town, a touristy. Now this is very, very full of tourists. A lot of families are coming here. Yeah, I'm going to have problems crossing this road. Oops. Up both sides. It's my finish for the day. So yeah, so if I have a look around, so you got all the hotels all along that, and they go all the way down that side. But this beachfront looks amazing. You've got a lot of green areas, and the beach itself, I've been told, or I've read online, is meant to be really, really good. So this is just me walking out, getting a feel, as I usually do with new places I arrive, just to think if I'm going to stay here for more than 2 nights. And so far in the hostel, which is a really nice place, I have booked for 2 nights. The hostel itself is, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it, is a party hostel. One of the first things we were told, me and Ollie, when we got into the hotel, or the hostel, sorry, was free beer between 6:30 and 7:30, unlimited. Unlimited? That's dangerous. And you can see all the people on the beach. But just over there on the island, you've got a wheel, a fun fair. Wow. But the idea is to be here for, I want to do 2 days, because there is so much to see, not just the touristy areas that most backpackers, tourists go to, but I want to go to the smaller places that nobody's heard of. But yeah, you get a better view of the hotels. All the way down. But all the streets are wide. It's quite nice. Now the meal I went for with Ollie was a local Vietnamese restaurant cafe where I just had some beef noodles, which was amazing, and it cost me 70,000 dong compared to the prices in the hostel, which you know makes the money from the food, the alcohol, not the free alcohol. So it's a little bit more expensive and a bit more westernized. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going. Now this is a lot different from Dalat, obviously because Dalat's in the mountains and there's no sea. But it's just spacious, people are chilled, and even in the hostel, really good. Now the hostel I'm staying in is a place called The Fuse. The Fuse is one of the first ones I've come across in Vietnam, in that all the prices they gave me was in US dollars, which I've never come across, and they wouldn't accept cash, it's card only, which I'm trying not to use, but they were adamant there was no extra charges, and it works out about £6 a night. Now unfortunately I'm not allowed to go through the hotel taking videos because of the fact that they have got music blasting and YouTube not too keen on music, so I'll go to my room and have a show of that. Oh, look at that. What is that? Look at that. Now most of the sports or most of the things you can do around here all involved the sea. So snorkeling, there's cruises. The cruise I was tempted to do how much it cost, above my budget, and it's mainly a booze cruise with a bit of snorkeling involved. But I will be getting a scooter out tomorrow and just going around the whole of the city. I'm sure there's so much to see. Oh, look at that. Town hall, and I guess some noisy motorbikes. And even the traffic looks a lot more calmer than it was in Dalat, if you saw the last video I did. But the sea looks calm. Oh, snorkeling. That is, looks like a spaceship. There are places in the world that you go to backpacking, travelling, that you'll find that there is a certain route that people will do. And already I've found that people from Dalat come, if they're heading north towards North Vietnam, come here, and there is certain stops they do all the way to Hanoi. And I am not going to be doing that. As I said, I'm going to go to different places, smaller towns, because that's the way I travel. But we're getting closer to this thing, and it's got a big welcome to Nha Trang, and I still have no idea what it is. Now before I get to that building, I've just noticed where the big wheel was over there. You can, I don't know if you can see Vinpearl in letters, but going across the sea is cable car. So you must be able to get from that side to the island on a cable car. Wow, that's Bit different. Right, let's find out what this is. I've just walked all the way around trying to find anything on this. On organic maps, it's just got down as Monument Tower Lotus. Lotus as in the flower. Obviously it's a popular Instagram picture thing, but looking through the windows it looks like there's an art gallery going on. Oh well. So as I said, it's got a bit of a European feel. There is plenty of bars, nightclubs, everything that a holiday maker would need, including me if I had the cash. But it's just a really nice chilled beach place. Really, really nice. Glad I came here. There's a lot of Russians around here, I've been informed. There's a lot of Russian signs. In the restaurant we were in earlier on, we had it was in Russian first, then in English. Oh, there's a McDonald's. Nope, can't go there. That's Western food. And it looks like there's some very expensive hotels around here. Hyatt Regency. Yeah. But the hostel that I'm staying in is quite nice, so I'm happy with that. One thing I do like about this place is even though the beach is just there, there's so much shade around here. There's just trees. There's that little mushroom thing there where I've just been sitting down for the last 5 minutes. Plenty of seating. Sit around in the shade so you don't get too hot. And when you go down to the front, I didn't even realise this, you've got all the mountains in the background. So I think we're covered around a mountain range going all the way around. Mountains! And it's got a real family vibe going on. Until I get back to the hostel and be amongst 18 to 25 year olds. But no, it's just it's a nice place. And I know I say that a lot of times when I get somewhere, first impressions. I have been to some places where I've just gone, it's not the best. But what I want to do now is I want to head back towards the hostel and just show you some of the streets. I've just gone past these guys here. Beach Rescue. They've got lifeguards. First time in Vietnam that I've seen that. Wow, I'm impressed. So I've left the beach behind. I'm heading towards sort of the back streets down there, full of shops, bars. A lot of hotels. And there is a lot of westernized restaurants. I mean, even though you got the Vietnamese one, but you saw the McDonald's, but you've also got the usual other burger places. What? Burger places, pizza places, you name it. Western food galore. That was a quick tour of the local area from the hostel. just to give you an idea of where I am, give me the first impressions of the place, which I quite like. It is a nice place, not too full in your face, and the hostel I'm staying in is just across the road. It's called, as I said, the Fuse, and it goes all the way to the top, and there is a rooftop bar at the top, which with a pool, which I'm going to be sorting out myself for tomorrow. But as I said, I can't take you in right now because the music is blaring. I don't know if you can hear it from here. I don't know why I'm getting it closer. That wouldn't even help you hear it any better. So I'm just going to show you the room now. So I'm going to go in right now and show you. This is the room that I'm staying in. It's a 4-man bunk. I am the only one in here at the moment. But it's clean, it's tidy. It's got a decent, proper shower, aircon, and hopefully I will be the only one here tonight, but I doubt it. It's not too bad, I'm quite happy with that. I've just come back out, and I am going to be out tomorrow on one of these scooters probably. There's loads of them to hire, and I will be going out and about to see as much as I can, with a hangover probably. But if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, then all you got to do is press that like button. If you want to subscribe and see what this city is, just not for the beaches, but for what else they have, press that subscribe button. But until next time, bye bye for now.